everyone and welcome back. My name is Arel and I hope you are doing well. So for today's video, I am going to do the second list of the 52 list project in my journal. I wanted to do this project for myself to not only fill out the list, but also practice doing some journaling on camera so I could share that with you guys. And the fact that the lists are not exclusively stationery related and it's mostly, actually stuff about what I like in my life, and I wanted to incorporate that in my planner / journaling videos as well. So here we are. I did do last week's or the first list yesterday. I posted that video yesterday. If you guys are interested, I will link it in the cards right now. But the second list is all about my favorite characters in books, movies, etc. I am so excited for this list, and it was also hard to narrow it down to a list, honestly. I mean, the list is gonna be super freaking long for someone who watches a lot of movies and read books and TV shows and all that, but I wanted to narrow it down to my top 10, and the 10 are in no particular order, but it was hard, thinking about 10 in that list were, but I ended up narrowing it down. Yeah, I probably could have done it in 20, but I wanted to print pictures actually and just do my journaling like that, adding pictures and talking about the character. So yeah, I don't know. This is a top 10, and honestly, I've been thinking about it for a while, and I think I don't regret my top 10. So I did print out some photos right here. You could probably recognize some of it now. And also let me know if the voiceover from last week was better than how I usually journal. I would usually do a silent fast forward bit of journaling instead, and then after that talking about it afterwards. But this time I did a voiceover. I don't know, I wanted to do something different. So let me know if that worked out. If not, I'll just revert back to what I used to do. But I will also do a voiceover for this bit, and yeah, so let's just get started. So like I said, it was really hard to pick out my top 10, but I did a little bit of reflection of my life and evaluated which characters, books, movies, TV shows have greatly impacted my life, and I have narrowed them down to these 10, and I am so excited. So first off, I wanted to add, of course, some washi in the top and bottom sections. I feel like washi tape is such a norm / I don't know, a given for all of my spreads. I think it just adds that decoration that the page needs, and it doesn't really require a lot of effort because the design of the tape speaks for itself, which is pretty nice. And I like this black and white design. I've had it for such a long time now. I don't even remember where I got it from, probably Michael's. And I don't know, it just makes the page look already extra fancy just by adding those 2 strips on the top and the bottom. So fun. I'm gonna add my title using my Fudenosuke pen. I am using the hard tip, but then I realized that I picked up the soft tip just now. I will be switching it out to the other one. I like the hard tip better for titles. I'm not really good at calligraphy or anything like that, but I think the soft tip would be more appropriate for something like that. And here I am trying to find my pen. Struggling, and I just used it literally 20 minutes ago from the previous video, but
Here we go. I think having some favorite characters with movies, TV shows, and books, it just shows how big of a nerd I am, because not a lot of people do. I don't know, but I know a lot of people who do though, so I think I found my people. I am trying to kind of fix or put a layout of the pictures and how I want to place them. Anyway, I realized that I only had 9 photos, so I'm missing one. So I'm trying to literally find my missing photo, and I realized I didn't print it, so I am printing it right now. I did print the 9 photos on my regular printer, but I didn't want to waste an 8x11 paper, so I just used my Canon Ivy. And while I'm waiting for that to print, I am just finishing writing off the title. I'm going to cut that photo, and of course, it's Ted. Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother is who I'm missing. And the orientation of the photo that I downloaded is not the same as everybody else, so it makes it look like he's the most special character, and I mean he is, but also he's not my top one. But he's just there. So got a layout on, so now it's time to stick them on there. I decided to use glue this time because I just wanted to see. My usual is to actually do the glue tape, but just wanted to see what a glue stick would be like for the spread right here. So my first character is Aelin Elithinius from Throne of Glass. If you guys have read Throne of Glass, great. If you haven't, please do. It is definitely life-changing. I recently read the entire series last year, and I thought that ACOTAR by Sarah J. Maas was my ultimate Sarah J. Maas series, but no, it's actually Throne of Glass. It has surpassed my expectations, and it felt like reading Harry Potter, but as an adult. It's up to that level of, it's just crazy. You have to read it. The next character that I am sticking on right now, and I'm struggling putting glue, is the 11th Doctor from Doctor Who. I am a little behind on Doctor Who, but just remembering all of the famous quotes and scenes of him, he's just the best. Next, I have Uncle Iroh, of course, from Avatar: The Last Airbender. He is just the ultimate uncle, the ultimate person who believes in you and who has a lot of wisdom and will never forsaken you, no matter how, effed up you go from in life. I just proceeded on to writing the character names on there. I honestly don't know why I didn't do that after sticking the first photo, but here we are. So, making sure I'm spelling Aelin's last name right. Then went to the 11th Doctor. I haven't seen the new Doctor Who since 13. And I know there's a new guy now. It went from being a woman now to back to a guy. And that's pretty good. I mean, no matter what who the actor is, it's all like one person with the Doctor, so that's pretty cool. And then next I have is Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero of all time. And Probably because he's the very first superhero movie I've watched, and also TV show, the cartoon, if you guys remember, even with the theme song. And just the most honestly relatable superhero out of all the superheroes, because, you know, not like Batman or Tony Stark, like I wasn't born rich and I wasn't orphaned, but with Spider-Man, it's just like an everyday guy, and started as a kid as a superhero, and, you know, it's just the struggles and his, you know, trials and all of that is just pretty relatable. Next is Hermione Granger, and I printed off an art inspo that describes Hermione in the books. As much as I love Emma Watson, Hermione in the books is so much better, and I think she really inspired me when I was a kid. When I started reading Harry Potter, is just, girls are freaking smart, and they should be, and it's just awesome that they save boys' butts, and I love that. Next is Sora from Kingdom Hearts, my favorite video game of all time. I just freaking love this guy. He would do anything for his friends, and pretty badass with the Keyblade, not gonna lie. So here I'm trying to figure out like where I'm gonna place Ted, because he is the odd one out as far as the photo orientation. And I think I initially tried to put him on the bottom of the first 6 photos, but then it would make like the other photos kind of awkward. So I just proceeded to follow the 3 layout and then put him on the bottom. Yeah. So the next one is Percy Jackson. Percy Jackson and the Olympians is probably my favorite book series after Harry Potter, as far as young adult / kind of kids like books. And I love Greek mythology, but the story of this guy and his adventures are just so fun. I think like I've never laughed out loud from a series than I ever have in Percy Jackson. It's just so witty and so nerdy and smart at the same time. It's pretty good. Next, I would probably rank him as my top one, which is Samwise Gamgee from Lord of the Rings, because when I found this list, he was the first like person I thought of, and Lord of the Rings is my favorite movie of all time, Return of the King, and Frodo wouldn't have succeeded without Sam, for sure. And opposite to Samwise Gamgee is Anakin Skywalker. I do not understand the hate that he got, especially Hayden Christensen for the prequels, but Anakin Skywalker prequels / Clone Wars, seriously one of the greatest like fictional characters of all time. And then he turned into Darth Vader. It's like, come on, so awesome. And of course, lastly is Ted Mosby from How I Met Your Mother. He was pretty shitty at the end, but he's a hopeless romantic, and I'm a hopeless romantic, so he's very relatable. And this is why he's one of my favorite characters from a TV show. And here is the finished spread. I absolutely adore it. It's pretty simple, once again, and it completed the task at hand. I wish I had more characters to put on there, but I'm glad I stuck with 10 because that's all that could fit for sure. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching, and if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video next week. Hope you guys have a good weekend. Thank you guys. Bye.